Well, we have come a long way since our first guide, where we showed you how to tank Gnomer safely for your raid. Fast forward, we are now entering Naxxaramas. And if there's one thing Blizzard has told Paladin tanks since then, is that we will give you defensive value, but we will not give you threat. So, as I sit and ponder just how do I want to build my Paladin in Phase 7, I developed what I call the hybrid two-handed tank final form Paladin. So if you want to tank with Corrupted Ashbringer and be a super gigachad, follow this build and I guarantee you will get through Naxxaramas even if your healers have to clinch a little. Now, I'm not going to go over each individual piece of gear that you need to wear in which specific spot you're supposed to wear it. What we're going to do is go over the general concept of the build, the talents, and why it kicks ass. So, Phase 7 gives us a lot of options to combine set bonuses dating back to Tier 1 in Molten Core. There are two builds that I want to use moving forward, and one is more DPS focused, while the other is more Beefcake focused. We will start with the DPS focused combination. We are going to be going with the 2-piece Retribution Draconic set bonus that allows you to judge multiple seals if they're active at the same time. Why? Because we are going to be putting the Seal Bearer enchant on our shoulder, which is going to make sure that we have Seal of Martyrdom and Seal of Command active at the same time, always. Which means we will be double judging and double hitting our holy brains out. In addition to that, we will be using the 6-piece Retribution set bonus from Naxxaramas so we can pop off with Exorcisms, pop off with Holy Wraths, and pop off with our threat because everyone else is going to be doing insane damage. Next, we will talk about the Beefcake build. Instead of using the Draconic set bonus, we will be using the 2-piece Prot set bonus from AQ20, which gives us an extra 10% stats whenever we have Blessing of Sanctuary active. Those stats are going to be massive if we are not using a shield and we are using Corrupted Ashbringer, because that thing has like no stats, but it's so sick, we're going to deal with it. Because we will be using this instead of the Judgment Cheese set bonus, we will be putting Excommunicator on our shoulders so we can pop off with insane exorcism damage. This is something that I will be looking at possibly changing going forward because Corrupted Ashbringer swings much slower than Truthbearer, and it will be harder to achieve the 3 stacks to maximize this set bonus. Those are the only changes, as we will still be using the 6-piece set bonus for Retribution in Naxxaramas. It gives so much threat and damage for Exorcism and Holy Wrath, it cannot be denied. I have 2 talent setups that I recommend for these builds. This is the one that is more damage focused, which I really don't recommend until you see just how much damage you're going to be taking with this build. The Beefcake talent build that's going to go deeper into the Prot tree to get Blessing of Sanctuary, since we will be using the set bonus that gives us the extra 10% stats while we have it active. I have been running a similar build, except I have the 4-piece Draconic set along with Truthbearer, and for jewelry and trinkets, I am going with the most defensive items possible, because remember, this is still a hybrid build. We are still tanking, but we are doing it like a gigachad, using either Truthbearer, Corrupted Ashbringer, or whatever two-hander you think is a good idea for you to use. Lastly, I will say you want to be using whatever the most defensive flask is, because this build is meant for mid-core gamers, not sweat parse lord nerds. So you may have a healer that has his 1-year-old baby in his arm, and if you don't stack some tankiness, you're gonna be put in the dirt. Now, I want to say thank you to everyone who has followed this channel from the beginning or even just yesterday. You are much appreciated. If you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, and do everything else people say at this time. And we'll see you.